Okay. Hi, everyone again. So thank you all. This was a fantastic delivery from everyone in general. I'll just quickly go on the general, just few things. Number one, everyone, well done. The confidence level has really grown. Sincerely, we still have one or two people that you probably need to work on it a bit, but to an extent, you guys are flowing. Tonight, I was swimming in buzzwords. I think I got drowned at some point. I was just hearing dependencies here, plugin here, future file here, Gherkin here, source code here. In my head, I was like, hey, Jesus. Even, okay, who was the last person now that gave me the sweetness in cyber again? I was just saying malicious this one, vendors that. I was like, yes, you're settling into your role gradually. It's good to hear it. It's good to see you guys understanding what Wiresharks is about, even on the SM side, your dashboards, everything, BAs, your process maps. Happy to see everything. Really well done, everyone. QAS people, I had to block my ears when I was just hearing all those source codes. This one, I said, this ones they are finished. So it's all. I'm always happy to hear the growth. So sprint on sprint, you guys have grown well done. So on the buzzwords, there's a lot of improvement. On your confidence, there's a lot of improvement. Of course, there's still some lapses. Number one is explanation of some of these things. Now, I'm not saying because we're time bound, I'm not saying you should sit on that page. For example, if an SM shows, your metrics, for example, you can't just say, and this is our metrics, and you go, this these are metrics showing the amount of work we have completed, and this is so number that is outstanding. Thank you. Next slide, please. I haven't spent more than 5 seconds either, but just point out one or two things. You're the one that did the slide, so you already know that. Oh yeah, we put in 10, PBIs into the sprint, and this was completed and that. Just say it in 5 seconds. Just point, boom, boom, boom. Don't just say, and these are our metrics, go. Because if you don't explain, it will make me feel as if you don't understand what you even captured. So always explain, even if it's just that 5 seconds, just put that bit of explanation there and then move on. But really, well done in general, well done. Then another thing is in general, if you also notice some of the issues across the team, it has to do a lot with punctuality. So punctuality is very, very key. Whilst we're teaching you how to, or training you rather, how to become a super BA or a super SM or a super cybersecurity person, you need to know the other soft skills you must have, or I don't want to use the word soft skills for punctuality, but the other things you must have as a person. You cannot not be punctual to calls, no matter what you're doing. And I always give people an easy solution to it. Just set alarms. Even if I have it on my calendar, I know it's going to pop up on my screen. Once, the way they always synchronize Teams with your Outlook and everything. So once I have a meeting, it's going to pop up on my screen. But sometimes, for reasons beyond you might just not be, into what was popping up at the down part of your screen, and you're just carried away with what you're doing. So I always set alarm. For me, that I'm an SM, that I actually have to start the meeting or facilitate. What's my skills for coming late? You understand? So I'm hearing a team saying they didn't have a sense to facilitate. They were people, please feel free to step in. Step in anytime. I can give examples of people that have stepped in during the course of the spring, but I just don't want to mention names as such. But things will be coming up, people will just step in. That's how it should be. Don't let anybody kill your shine as a team. But in all, well done, everyone. I know your mentors are going to give you deep down filter. I'm sorry, feedbacks on all this, but I just wanted to state the things that are very obvious and general. Please, from henceforth, I know henceforth is used in the Bible, so that's I'm just using it. From henceforth, be personally dedicated. Like I said, it's your journey. During this fourth sprint that we're delving into, fifth sprint, some people are always very weary. Make sure you're not part of those that are going to be weary or tired of the process. Just keep going. You will see this in your workplace. You will see things like these people, maybe not joining in. Onus is on you as SM, for example, to ginger your team to join. You have to find that motivation. You have to make sure that people are getting value for coming to the meetings. Then you personally, on your own space as other roles, always ensure that you're battle ready, ensure you're punctual. Please, let's not talk about punctuality in the next sprint, because I want to believe most of us will take heed to this and get it done. So everyone was all within time today. So well done, everyone. Except for, was it elite team? Don't worry, it won't take off your points, but you guys were not. You spent more than the required time. Well done on your timing for today, everyone. So we'll quickly give the mentors five minutes to quickly give us feedback so that we can still work well within our we have 45 minutes to the end of the call. So let's see how we can push through quickly. So let's start with the SMs. Tammy, are you happy to go?
Yes, sorry, I was trying to unmute.
Yes. Thank you. Go ahead.
So thank you. I'm going to start with the Optimind. I mean, I think I joined a bit late, but I was able to catch one or two things. So, no, sorry, Legend. Sorry, I think Legend was the first person, were the first group that presented. So I think that in general, there's been really great improvement from since the last time that we had this review. And I'm glad that like the feedbacks were really put into consideration when making this report for today. So good job, everyone. And also to the Scrum Masters, good job, everyone. To be very honest, it was really good to see. So for the Legend, I like that they identified impediment and they picked it up and had action plans, especially at the point where they had to reach out to non-active members, and that they had impediment and then they were able to like they encountered impediment and they were also able to like treat it. It was good. And that they had action point for their retrospective. So they had a retrospective, they have plans on what they want to do in the next sprint, which was also highlighted as well. And for the Optimind, there was a mistake you did. You said PBIs, like this is our PBIs for the sprint, but I think you want to say metrics because PBIs are product backlog items, and metrics are your burn down chart, your velocity chart, and all those things that you are trying to explain. So good job in also explaining those, and it's good to see that you are making effort in understanding what those metrics are. So you explain the metrics, you explained your retrospective commitments. And one thing I really like about it was that it was short, concise, it was good, and it was also straight to the point. You explained what was done in the sprint, your action plan, and you were brief and you explained everything. So it was really good. And for the airlights, just like Mimi said, you spent a lot of time. You literally spent a lot of time explaining what you were doing in your ceremonies. Like, so and the sprint planning, this is what we did, this is what we did. I felt like, I mean, some of those things were not needed. You just needed to tell us what you did in the sprint, what you were not able to do, why you were not able to do it. These were the impediments you encountered. This was how you tried to finish it, to resolve it, and these were your action plans. And then you said something about product backlog screenshots. That was not your product backlog screenshot. That was your retrospective board. So these are just little mistakes that you should just try to take note of. So that was actually not your product backlog screenshot. That was your retrospective board. And I'm not sure you said anything about it. You were just like, oh, so this is our product backlog screenshot. Next slide. And I'm like, I don't know. It was not your product backlog. That was your retrospective board. And it also showed I think it showed your sprints, your retrospective, your action plan. And you didn't also mention the sprint goal. I was not even sure about what you did in the sprints and what you did not do. I didn't know what the sprint goal was. But on a more general note, I like that you were able to highlight some of the impediment that you encountered in the sprints. And you also highlighted what you did, what the team had to do as well. So which was also good. And for the Eagles, I must say that you guys did a very great job, to be very honest. You started with telling us what the goal for that sprint was. That this is what we aimed to do this sprint. So that was really good. And that you organized, I think, a black box session, which is really good for your team, that you are trying to grow and you try to identify areas of improvement, and as Scrum Masters, you facilitated such session. So it shows that you guys are not just working, but you are also working on yourselves as a team. So that was really good, I must really say. And you identified what you did. You said you didn't do it, but you have plans to do it in the next sprint, which is also good. I mean, you showed us that, okay, even though you were not able to do it, but you are going to do it in the next sprint. And it was really nice that you showed us your sprint backlog. Although I have just one concern about why nothing was completed in your sprint. I mean, according to your metrics, I didn't see anything that was completed. I saw 0. I wasn't sure why, and I think that these are some of the things you should highlight to your stakeholders, that this is what happened. We didn't do anything this sprint because of this and this and this, so they understand. Because at the end of the day, you've set an expectation for them in the sprint review that this is what we'll try to do in the next sprint, in your past sprint, I think, and then also in your planning. So why was it not completed? These are some of the things that you should have highlighted and showed us. And also good job on the action plan, like I said earlier, for the other team. You picked up an action plan and you explained what you're going to do in the next sprint. And also, I feel like you did a lot of things in the sprint, especially with the swim lanes. So I feel like you are really learning. You created swim lanes for your career development task, which was also good to highlight, because this is quite important, especially in cases where you need to identify the capacity of the sprints. If some of your capacity is going towards your career development, it's also good to have swim lanes for that. And it's good that you spoke about it, and to also set expectations to the stakeholders that although we are doing product work, but we are also trying to identify ways we can improve ourselves. So, which is really good. And you also, like the other teams, you also identified impediments in your sprint, and you also try to work towards it and how you can eliminate those impediments. So really good job to the Eagles, and really good job to everyone. This was really nice to see. And I think practice makes perfection. So good job and thank you.
All
That's all
right.
for me.
Thank you so much, Tammy. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the fantastic feedback. Well done to you, Shegun, Christiana, Felix, and Olumide. Well done, guys. Please, one of the things that Tammy has always given me personally as a feedback was that you guys are not adapting what she has been saying from the start of the, internship till date, but her now using her same mouth to say, oh, you guys have now adapted to, what she has called for, is very fantastic to see. So well done. And for those of you that she also gave some feedbacks that, has one or two things that you need to work on, please be happy that somebody is correcting you now. So they are not correcting you on the job front. So please adapt to it, take it as a feedback, take it well, go back, realign yourself, because sometimes you need to be conscious when you are actually doing a presentation. So, because you need to talk to the people that you're speaking to your stakeholders. Tell the stakeholders what they need to know, what concerns them, right? Don't dibble down, don't tell us details of what is not necessary. You need to hit the nail on the head anytime you are doing such presentations. So please take all this feedback, go back, adapt it. By the time you're coming next time, come back and shine again. Thank you so much. Well done, really, to all the Scrum Masters. You guys have done fantastically well. Yes, there's still complaints here and here, but it has reduced during the course of the internship. That means you're doing something right. So just go back, take the feedback, and improve on them. Thank you so much to all the SMs. Before I hand over to the ADM for the feedback, I would like to say, please check the chat. Bolu has put in the voting. If there's any question on the voting, please let me know by the next handover to the next feedback, right? So let's go. ADMs, are you ready? Well, are you ready for us? Feedback, please. 5 minutes. Thank you. So we can finish well within time. 5 minutes. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Laomi. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, perfectly well. Shoot.
Okay, so quickly, I'll make it very fast. Thanks to everyone for wonderful presentation this evening. That was spot on. I really appreciate the confidence level. I really must say. One thing I want to point out first is, everyone, please listen. You need to really appreciate what you're learning here, okay? Because you really can get it out there, okay? At work, currently, I have a B. I normally take the stand-up. You know, there's a BA on my team, and even the technology delivery lead, they are scared of presentation. I can tell you. In fact, the BA said, "Oh, please, if someone can help me take this presentation, I don't know how to present." You know, and just look at how you guys are just killing it. You know, I was just listening. See, SM, ADM, you guys are just rapping and see. You need to get it that, man, this is wonderful. You are doing something great. If you go out there to where the job is, you'll be surprised. Not many people can actually do this. So you guys are in the right place and you're learning very well. That's just the first point I want to bring out. Now, to all the ADMs, all the teams, you guys have done very wonderfully well, because compared to when you started, you know, it was quite shaky, but now I can see that the confidence level has grown, a better understanding of, you know, all the different tools, better understanding of the process, better understanding of, you know, the keywords that are actually required. So I'll go to the first team, Legend. Beautiful. You know, when you started your presentation, I was just looking at your slides. That was a wonderful job that you guys did, actually. You know, I was just a little bit struggling with getting all the different information because the slide was so busy. You know, it was so busy that so many information, and it's going to take me a while to actually pin down what I really want to get. So I think maybe in future, you might just want to reduce some of those information and just make it bullet points so that one can actually pick the exact point that they want to get from those information from the slide. And also, I think on your roadmap also, where you have first month one, month two, I think month one, correct me if I'm wrong, I was seeing week 1 and week 2 for that first month. So I couldn't see the other week 3 and 4. I don't know if it's hidden somewhere or it's only one sprint that you guys just did for that first month. I didn't get that. So it's possible that I missed it, but that's just what I thought I saw. And also for your burn down, you did mention that you committed more than was anticipated, something like that. I think that was the language you used. You know, when you said that, I picked it up. You said you committed more than what was anticipated. I'm trying to understand what you meant, okay, by that. Is it that you didn't plan what you were going to do based on your capacity? Is it that you didn't know what your team could actually handle? Okay, so I think you might just want to go back and revisit that. Maybe it's just the language you used, okay? Maybe it came out the wrong way. Okay, so, but I just want you to understand that because at workplace, you won't want to say, oh, we actually committed more than we can handle. Okay, so I believe you understand that now. So you will definitely commit what you know you can handle, because that's your task to ensure that this team can do this. And so that's it for Legend. You guys did very well. Thank you so much. For Optimind, yes, thanks to you guys also. You did a great job. You know, I was just looking at your slide, and when you did mention attendance, fine. I know everybody has got issues with attendance, but for the sake of work, for the sake of workplace, okay, when you're talking of participation from the team, I think I heard where you said something about 75%, and that was good. You know, you should understand that the remaining 25, somebody is paying you for 100%, okay? So as much as we all understand the reason why some people were out there and they couldn't make it, okay, because of some peculiarities, access and all that stuff, we understand it here. But at workplace, you know definitely that that's not going to be happen. That's not going to happen. If you have 10% absent, you should be able to explain that, oh, maybe some people fell sick and they took sick leave. That's why we had reduction in this, or some people left and new joiners came in. So it took a while to do the onboarding. That was what actually reduced the pace of the work. So definitely you have an explanation for that. That's just my point. But besides that, you guys tried, and your confidence level actually increased, and I can see that compared to when you started. And for the elite group, yes, your presentation was just like, yeah, you had a very good slide, okay, and then you actually put so much bullet points into every part of it, right from the goals, the different tasks that was done on your sprint, your impediment, and but I'm not sure I saw your roadmap for the sprint. I'm not sure I saw your roadmap, so of course I was just waiting to get that done. Or am I wrong? Please, if I'm wrong, please just say it so that. Was your roadmap there on that presentation?
No, it wasn't there.
Okay. So of course I know I was trying to get that, but when I didn't see, I said, okay, fine. But I think next time for the ADM, try and that gives a pictorial view of what you're doing and how you're doing it, what you've got to do and all that. So your roadmap speaks a lot for the ADM. Okay, it's part of something that you get used to it. Okay, get used to it. See it as your responsibility that you need to put this out there for the stakeholders to see. And yes, so to the Eagle squad, thank you guys so much, so much. Really have to appreciate every one of you. You did a good job. Okay, so I was just listening to you guys, and the only thing I could just pick out was just your cost breakdown. Fine, you said so much on the cost breakdown. I would have loved to go deeper on that, but I think I understand what you guys were saying. Okay, but I just want to encourage every one of you that everyone should, at least for the ADM and the Scrum Masters, the PM, make sure that you understand the concept behind that cost, okay, how everything is being generated. Make sure you understand. And if you don't, you just might want to call on to the admin, and so that they will just put you through that more, okay? Because it's very much, it's quite important. So, well, generally, that's just all I have for you guys. I'll be looking out again to see the improvement. But overall, you guys did very well compared to how it started. Man, you guys are going somewhere. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, well done, Wealth. Thanks. First, thank you for the intro of the ginger, for them to know that they've come a long way already. Thank you. You're always spot on that, Wealth. I'd like to also say thank you to Max, Ian, Angela, and Nina. You guys were really fantastic. At some point, who was the last? Eagles, right? Eagles, Nina, yeah. At some point, I was lost that, okay, this one's it's as if you guys are ready for the one. When you're just, I was like, give them. If I wasn't looking at who was presented, I was just like, give them. Person was really talking confidently, giving it to us. It was later and I said that who was present. I realized that it was Nina, but it wasn't even only Nina. Even Angela, Ian, was it Max too? I can't remember who also gave me that wow effect of give them. I was like, okay, you guys have really grown. Well done, guys. Please work with your mentors, work with your bodies to improve on some of your content. Now you are already getting there. You are having that confidence I need you guys to have. You're already speaking fluently like an ADM should. So all you just need is that touch of having the right things on your presentations. For example, your roadmap and all that. Make sure you have it. I like that all of you now have your budget. I like that you guys are able to understand and give us a breakdown. So there are other things I know that your tutor has taken you guys through, like your work breakdown structure and everything. I know he was talking about it the last time. I'm not sure if you guys have gone thorough. By the next presentation, let's see a bit of that. All the things you're learning, you don't need to be told, even if it's not part of what Deji reels out for you to do. You understand? You need to just go there, give a bit of what you have been taught, and come put it here in practice, because you jam all those documentation. So whether you want to, maybe things like Gantt charts and all, you will see it when you're in the work front. So it's better you start putting it and just spicing up your presentation. Let's see that you're doing the work. Let's see that you're making the research. Let's see that you're growing. But in all, well done, guys. You guys were very spot on. Because of time, I guess I muted myself. Apologies. Thank you so much once again, Wealth. So we'll be moving on to the next. Let's go for the DAs. I just want to spice it up a bit. DAs, Femi, are you ready for us? I trust you will do 5 minutes, Jerry. Don't mind Wealth and Tammy.
I think I'll do 10 minutes today.
Okay, you're allowed. Go ahead.
I'll keep it to time. Good evening, everyone. The first guy who presented, Team Legends, Solomon. Yeah, you had a good dashboard attempt, and I think the only thing you can improve on your dashboard is try to tell a story. Everything was in one dashboard, and I guess that's where you guys have learned to. But you can combine more than one dashboards. You can create a storyboard on Tableau, and maybe you should give that a try so you can have space to play around with things, have some metrics in one dashboard, the other metrics in one, just group them together, and then that way you're able to tell a story. But I like the way you explain your presentation. You always bring your A game when it comes to presenting, so well done. Yeah, and I guess with time you would yeah become like a guru when it comes to dashboard. But this was good. The Power BI relationship was well described. Shows that you understand what you were taught, and also you gave a brief description of what left joins are, which is good. And you showed. I mean, your everything you presented was good. Couldn't fault too many things. So well done. Optimize. There was no demo, so maybe perhaps the SMs could maybe cover. I don't know. Try and reach out to the DAs, and if they're not able to make it, maybe you can give an update on behalf of them. Not what they've done, but just why they're not here. The elite team, the presentation was straight to the point. Even though it was straight to the point, I would have liked if you explained a bit more to some of the things that you did. And I think the good thing about your presentation was I saw something different from everyone else. I think you're the only one who had real data from your team. You had something to do with mentors, key data, and then you presented a dashboard of your findings within that data. It was like a breakdown, but I think you could have done that better. I applaud the effort. I applaud the way you went about it. I mean, you're the only one who's done that. I think have you could have split that information. For example, you had the age range, data on age range. You could have used the pie chart just to showcase that the breakdown of the age range within the team, and also you had, I mean, male and female breakdown. So you could have split all this thing, but I think you tried to do everything together. In the end, you had like a bar chart that was not really looking nice, but it was a good attempt, and I think you would get better with time. I think everything else was just short and precise. So yeah, I think you could have just explained a bit more to some of the things that you learned, but well done. Eagles. I'm not sure if this is from my slide or maybe from the presentation. The first page where you were highlighting the things you did was a bit dark. It was very dark. I could not read what was in there, so I had to go into the slide. Then I could see that the background was white, but what was presented was dark, and I could not read it. So maybe when you're presenting next time, try and use fonts that people can see well. Tableau was well explained, and you showcased what I mean, you had two DAs on there. Both of you showcased what was length, which was good. And you had two different dashboards, which was also good. The only thing I would like to point out was the second dashboard for the second person. Your pie chart was cut out in your dashboard, and that's not a good look. So maybe you should try and rearrange your what's it called, your charts down on your dashboard so that you can have enough space to, your chart, your pie chart is round. The other ones are rectangle, so you won't need the same amount of space. So you need to work around that and make sure you're able to display fully what your pie chart is representing. So I think you can take from the feedback of splitting some of the information on your dashboard and moving on to the next. But it was a very good attempt from both of you, so well done. Good individual slides. SQL was also well explained, and you guys are really showing that you've learned a lot of things with evidence to back them up. I'm not sure everyone did exactly what Mr. Deji requested last week, but this was in terms of general presentation of what was being taught on the course. You guys did well, so well done. I'm done, Olam.
I trust my guy. Thank you. Thank you, Femi. Thank you, and for keeping to time. So thank you. Well done, all the DAs. So for the DAs, Albert, thumbs up. Optimize, like you said, you didn't have any DA. Sultan, perfect. And for Miriam, well done. I like that you also showcased your work and Juliet's work. That was fantastic to see. Well done to all the DAs. Thank you so much. We'll jump straight to the QAs. QAs, they will bring out acts now. Oh yeah, Rita. Rita, please just keep the axe, eh? Bring only belt.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Well done to all the QAs. You guys did very well. Everyone that presented, it was top notch. It was great. So I'm gonna start with legend, which is Shegun. Yeah, so well done. Thanks for presenting for your team, Shegun. Yeah, for the tax, I think on one of the slides you had 12 stories were committed, or 12 PBI rather were committed for the sprint, and then you were like 7 passed, 4 failed. So I wonder what happened to the 12 PBI, because nothing was declared on that one, if it wasn't executed or not. You had a screenshot of executed test case that passed and failed, but it would have been great to see the steps of how the bug was raised. I've not seen any steps to reproduce. I think I only saw one last sprint, I think. So it would be nice to see how you guys raise your bugs, the process and the steps, and your expected and actual results. Yeah, and well done. You also had automation there, which was great, but it would have been great to see your automation passing. Oh yeah, I'll let that pass. Maybe definitely by next sprint we should see more of the automation passing. So, but well done, Shegun. You did very well. It was all right. I'll quickly move to Optimize, Damilola. Well done. And yeah, thanks for representing your team as well. I don't know what happened if you were trying to woo somebody, but I know you know that pronunciation. So you were calling impediment. So I don't know if maybe it was slip of tongue or anything of that. And then also you said stuff from Spring 2 was moved. So it's not stuff, it's PBIs. I know maybe because you were trying to meet up with time, I don't know, but yeah, but just be mindful of the right words when you are presenting to stakeholders. I mean, you guys can make your mistakes here, and that's why we do point out all these little errors. Yeah, and I also like the fact that you implemented your test plan and your test strategy. I think you were the only team that did that in your presentation, which kind of showed that you kind of understood the process of how a tester should start their task. I also like the quality assurance approach that that was showcased, which was great. I also like your progress report. Automation, I didn't see much as well, but yeah, but overall the presentation was great. Well done, and yeah, you did very well for your team as well. So moving on quickly to LA team. Thompson, I'll need you to unmute. You started off with, okay, this is Thompson, and guess what? I wrote it down, but I had to ask you your name again because I was so overwhelmed with your presentation. You said you said ticket. I think at this point in time for your internship, we always kind of encourage you guys to use the word PBIs, you know. Maybe later on, of course, it can be referred to as ticket, but it is more professional when you use the word PBI. And I don't know if this is your first presentation. I'm sure it's not your first presentation, but I don't know what happened. If it was done to me, I like it. You kind of got me going, but yeah, because you kind of sounded like I would like to have somebody like you as a colleague. You that kind of tester that you look like you're not kind of the serious type, because testers always come across as being too serious. So I would like to have somebody like you as a colleague, because the way you presented this now, I don't know what happened, if you were kind of trying to rush through or whatever it was, I don't know. But if it was down to me, I like it. But if you are presenting to stakeholders, is a no-no. Your presentation wasn't that great. Let me put it that way. There's room for improvement. Like as I said, I don't know if you've presented before, but I think you have. But I don't know what happened tonight, because some of your words were not clear as well. I don't know if it was from my own end, but yeah, some of the pronunciations were not clear, and yeah, but I'm sure you did your best, and I know you are good, because yeah, but yeah. However, you had a lot of screenshots. I think your team was the one that had most screenshots, which shows your team did a lot this sprint. Your team had the most automation screenshot as well, and they passed one. I was really impressed. You guys did a lot, and you did great explanation. You did explain. You kind of walked us through, which was great. You kind of gave us kind of well-detailed explanation of what you guys did throughout the sprint. Although some of your words were not clear, I think some of them were Azure. So, and again for is it Damilola? Yeah, I've always seen this. You people write Azure DevOps board. I would like you guys to like as an assignment or just a research, the difference between Azure DevOps and Azure or Azure board, because it's two different things, but you guys keep using it together, Azure DevOps board. So you just, it's your board. So you just say Azure board. So there's no point using Azure DevOps board. But I want you guys to do the research on your own. And another thing, I can't help but notice that Thompson, you keep mentioning the other keyways in Africa as your impediment. But then you kept going on and on, I think up to 3 or more times you mentioned it. And I want to believe that most of the testers are not from Nigeria. And that would be something the admin will need to look into in the near future, because it shouldn't be, I mean, you could slow down the pace, but then it shouldn't have too much impact, because I don't know what the case had been or what has happened, but then the way you went on about it, it looks like something that needs to, is a feedback for the admin to look into anyway. Maybe have 30%, not having too much of them in a team. Maybe if it's a place, I don't know how many of them are in your group, if you are the only QA that is in the UK, but then it's something for the admin to look into. But yeah, overall, Thompson, well done. I like your presentation, but you need to work on it, because if you are presenting to stakeholders, that would not be a good presentation. But for me, I would like it as yeah, with my kind of friendly tester or something like that, friendly colleague. But yeah, well done. You did very well. For Eagles team essay, essay. So this is, in fact, it was a wrap. You did so well. It was effortless. You have really improved. Thank you for yielding to the advice. You did so well this time around, and your confidence level has grown. And I was just smiling. I enjoyed every bit of it. I didn't want it to end. It was flawless. You used a lot of buzzwords. Your presentation was great. And you kind of, you did a lot of explanation. It was a walkthrough approach that you used. It was really good. Well done. You guys did very well, all across the teams. You guys did very well. You guys have really grown. I think you should pat yourself at the back. And congratulations to each and every one of you. Well done. You guys did very well. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now you can drop the bottles. Thank you, Rita. Very spot on. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Damilola. Thank you, Thompson, and thank you, Estee. In fact, when Estee was talking in my head, I was like, wow. I said I will pick out people that will graduate already. Maybe people should come and be going. People are occupying space. Come and be going. Really well done. You guys really did well as keyways. And sincerely, I don't want to overdwell on it because you've dwelled on it. I was going to say, if we don't correct ourselves here, I don't know where we're going to correct ourselves. When you were talking already about something in my head, I was like, oh, you said he did it well. I said, okay, maybe when I jump on, I'm going to need to ask maybe if any other mentor wants to give their own opinion about it, because I didn't perceive it as well. You're talking to your stakeholders. You came up as if somebody um told you that just do this thing and you're like, oh yeah, now let's do it. But guess what? Your content was spot on. I could not balance it. I could not balance your content that was really good from the way you presented it. So don't take it P. I want you to take it as a good feedback, a happy feedback for you to go back and channel yourself. Even if somebody else is going to present, I'm giving it as a card out now. Even if somebody else is going to present in sprint 4 for QAs, because I said I prefer everybody to rotate something, even if somebody else presents as QA, do a QA presentation. So to an extent, I'm going to mark it. At least I don't mind having a double QA presentation on that day, except if there's no other person presenting. That's when we'll have just one. But
Hold on,
Thomas,
Launi. Is it
you-
his first time? I don't think it's his first
this
time of
no, this is not his first time, but I'm
Yeah,
happy
but I don't
for him
know
to
what happened. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
It's
happy
just
for him to
them.
repeat it. The reason
Yeah.
I'm happy for him to repeat it is even in the previous time, it was still a bit sloppy, but it was just better than today's own. Today's own was like a grumbling, no, you can't do that to your stakeholders, right? And his content was fantastic. According to me, I don't know what you guys are watching out for in the content, but I loved all the screenshots. I love that he showed his progress. I loved everything. So I don't want to dwell on it. So it won't be as if we are mounting on one person, but it will be good for you to come back. Give us. Don't worry. Don't be shy. Don't be less confident. Be ready to give us, the next 2 weeks. So I'll really be expecting your presentation, Thomas. I won't forget to. I will put it in my calendar so that I'll remember to. So, but well done, really. You did well. Okay, I already spoke about essay. Damilola too was in all the keywords presented very well. So well done, guys. So just adapt to some of the few changes that Rita has said. Improve on your pronunciation so that you'll be better in the subsequent sprints. But well done, everyone. So quickly moving on, we're going to the BAs. Bolu, Bolu will not come here. I'm sure Bolu always likes to be the first or second to give the feedback. Bolu, 5 minutes. Thank you.
That's what you've been doing to me since last week, but it's okay. Or 2 weeks ago.
Sorry. Yeah, good.
No, no worry. It's fine. Yeah. Well done to everyone that has presented. One feedback that I want to give is that confidence level has improved, although there was a team, I think it was Belle. I don't know what was happening to you today, but you sounded like you didn't have energy for this. So please, yeah, you had good content, but always bring the energy. I know you are tired and everything because it translates in whoever is listening. So to the Legends team, I really enjoyed your presentation and you guys gave me what I like, which is a very good process map. I mean I was happy. I was happy to see a more detailed um process map than I used to see. Oh, I think it was your team. 1 minute. Um, oh, it wasn't your team, sorry. I take that back. I take that back. But yeah, I looked through your user stories and acceptance criteria and you guys have really improved and I like your wireframe. The wireframe about the personal details, the page, well structured, well put together. Well done for that. Yeah, please let me see process map from you guys. And also watch out for you made some errors in your presentation, documents, formats, the spellings were not correct. Just watch out for all of those things. Well done for capturing the Gherkin syntax and writing it so well. Yeah, but next time, please do also add wireframe.
I think the next team was the Optimi team. Yeah, Optimi, yeah. Aside from Bell that I was expecting so much energy from, you guys had really great content. You did so well. Yeah, it was your process map. It was your process map. I was really happy. I saw a more detailed process map and it really got me excited. Even though I didn't go through the content, but it made sense just looking at it. Well done for that. Well done for putting that together. Also, if it's possible, let's see more complex wireframe from you next time. We are tired of seeing the welcome page, login page. Let's see more complex because you guys are beginning to write more complex stories like calendar functionality, payments, and all of those things. Let's see more of those artifacts. To be really nice, but well done on your process map. I mean, you guys really gladdened my heart this night. Seriously. See, I can't stop talking about it. I just love process map. And yeah, the Eagles, yeah, well done as well. I liked what you did with the arrow of um the taking us through a journey of how your goals and achievements for the sprint had gone. It was really nice to see. And yeah, your user stories are well put together. But I saw just one, like the wireframe I'm looking at is just about side navigation panel. So when you guys want to present artifacts, right? And you want to share screenshot, or maybe you are sharing a lot of screenshots, ensure that you have screenshots of different artifact, like for different stories, because as a stakeholder, I'm already tired from seeing one thing repeating itself. I don't you wanted to show me the side navigation panel. It's fine. I don't think you guys necessarily needed this edit profile and all of that. So it's still under the same thing. It's still the same side navigation panel. However, I love the fact that you guys made attempt on the capture. It's a bit complex, but you guys made attempt and found your way around the icons and all of that. That's some really great improvement. Well done. I also want to see process map from you guys. Please do let us see process map from you guys. To be really, really nice. Um, then going to the elite team. Yeah, elite. Um, I like what you did with this process map. However, it's confusing because it's not in any swim lane. I don't really get, because I have so many questions. Like it's giving me a lot of questions. When you say, are there available time slots? And you said yes. Who is this for? And you said inform mentor. Why are we informing mentor about it? So I have so many questions going through my mind because there is no swim lane. So is it the system that responds, or is it the mentor, or is it the mentee? I understand what you guys are trying to capture, but also it leaves room for a lot of questions. So I know you use Lucy Chat, and well done for thinking out of the box and not letting the impediment stop you from going ahead to do what you're supposed to do. Because I know that some of you have been having issues with Visio. That's what a BA does. You find solution to a problem. You don't sit on the problem and just fold your hand and say, oh, because I don't have this right now, I can't produce a particular artifact that I need for work. So well done on doing that. Well done on thinking out of the box. But next time, if it's possible, please do put this in a swim lane so that it can show the journey and explain what is coming to where who is responding to what, is it the system, the mentee, or the mentor, as the case may be. Yeah, so screenshot of your mentor's profile. I think you guys really need to work on this wireframe because this is not really saying much. When you say area of expertise, what are you talking about? What does that look like? It looks very empty. It looks like, yeah, it looks very empty. The same for the next one. So if you need help, please speak to your mentor. If you're not able to reach your mentor, your buddy, send me a message and know that I'll collect money. That's a joke, but yeah, think about it. This needs some work. It needs some work. It needs some reworking, but it was good to see something different. It was really good to see something different. And the disabled feature on Visio, we tried to fix it tonight. If we didn't attend that meeting, I don't know how I will help you going forward because it's Deji who did it and his time is very precious. So, but altogether, well done. You guys are more confident. You guys are beginning to get a grasp of this, and I'm really excited. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you so
sorry,
much.
1 minute. Somebody asked me a question, but you said you want to see more precise, more process flow on what precisely? On your on what you are working on, which is your mentors and mentee workflow or the journey. So if you can present that, I mean, if you want to do it per feature, it's fine by me. If you want to do it the way the Optimize team did it, that is a journey from start to finish, that's okay as well. But as long as I can see that, I'm happy and I can give feedback on it because there will always be need for improvement. All right. Thank you. Back to you, allow me.
Thank you so much, Bolu. Thank you. Last boarding call. If you have not voted, please do now. Thank you. So as usual, Bolu spot on. Thanks for picking out
Please, if
every.
you have not voted, because I don't want to hear that one team is always winning. Please, if you have not voted, please vote because the way it's looking, I don't really understand what is happening again. But just to sound the alarm. Sorry again, allow me over.
It's fine. Thank you so much, Bukumi. Thank you, Belle. Thank you, Moji. And lastly, thank you, Adebayo. Well done, everyone. You guys were fantastic too today. Really, I saw a lot of buzzwords coming from the QA fund. So you guys have really grown. So hopefully by the next sprint, we'll see better work from you guys. Please, you have 2 more sprints, which is roughly a month for you to utilize your mentors. Please don't leave here without having a good grasp of your artifacts. If you even have that, any other thing, you can start growing and learning on yourself, by yourself rather. So please, if you still have issues reaching out to your mentors or something, please still let us know. We'll see how we can help out as little way we can. But please give it a shot. If you know that you have not finished grasping what you need to grasp, don't feel down or something that, oh, we're almost done. You know what, let's just, Some people start to pick up even from sprint 4. So please don't slack. Make sure you utilize the opportunity you still have. We have 1 full month to still grow ourselves. Thank you so much. So we'll go to the last category of the day, which is the cyber guys. Alex, Esther, Ebili, and Said. Well done, you guys. You guys have really grown too. Well done on explaining on all the Wireshacks and all. I'll hand over to Lady Pat to speak. Lady Pat, 5 minutes. And in general, everyone, apologies that we're already exceeding time by 30 minutes. Hopefully we'll wrap up within this hour rather. Thank you so much. So Lady Pat, you have 5-10 minutes. Should.
Good evening, everyone. It's Pat here. So thank you to all the presenters tonight, and well done to everyone. The cybersecurity guys, I'm so proud of you. Well done. Thank you. I'm sure everyone on the program now knows that there's a tool called Wireshark, because I was just hearing Wireshark here and there. Even Wumi cannot even stop calling Wireshark. So I'll start with Optimind, then I'll end with Team Legend. Esther, thank you very much for that. Spot on. You laid the foundation, explained what Wireshark tool is, and you went on to highlight the report, and you showed us screenshots, consistent use of the right buzzwords. You just got me really engrossed, interested, and listening to the whole task and how you were able to show us the tools, the VirusTotal tool that you've used in conjunction with the Wireshark, showing us the IP addresses that were flagged as malicious, and you closed it with your recommendation and indicating all the important information that is expected to be on any report, starting from your incident ID to the date and time of detection, the timestamp, the severity level, everything, like it was just spot on. Thank you for that. I was looking out for something, but I'm just going to go on and tell you what it was, because I think everyone that came delivered with their own different flavor, and it was really cool to see that. Thank you very much. And I would go on to Ebele. So that's our Team Elite. Honestly, Team Elite, well done to you guys. Your slides, I mean, like, they were just lit. Team Elite slides were lit. Everyone on the team had very good presentation content, and the design, everything was really attractive. Lots of colors, but I just love them. So Ebele, thank you as usual. You start with telling us the story, and you highlighted that what we're looking at were packet captures. It's a packet capture analysis, and then we're moving on to an incident to write a report, which was really good. Like, for any stakeholder listening to it, they already have an idea of what we want to hear from you. And you showed us the screenshot of the Wireshark tool with you filtering through the HTTP protocol and showing us the payload. And what I was looking at for on Esther's slide, you went deeper. You showed us the screenshot of the NS lookup. That's another further analysis into the malicious IP address, which was really great to see. And for every content and every delivery, you were telling us the why you were doing what you were doing. And you went on to present the report, and you gave us a summary of what the task was, and you gave us an executive report, an executive summary of what has been done. You were really specific. You specified security vendors. You specified and all that. Yep.
As I want to travel, go UK. I don't go do visa.
Excuse me, Wumi, I think you need to mute Lanre Adebambi, please. Okay, sorry for the interruption, guys. So, yes, where was I? Okay, I was on Ebele's executive summary. I mean, well laid out, beautiful content, every detail that any SOC manager would require to see. Honestly, you have everything in there. And you went on to show us show us the virus total screenshot. I could see the deep analysis you went into on virus total, showing us all the 18, excuse me, showing us all the 18 vendors that had that that flagged that IP address as malicious. You know, we're not just saying 2 or 3. You know, it tells us that you've done something really deeper into this analysis, and you rounded up with your recommendation. Well done, fantastic delivery, great content, and great confidence. I never fail to acknowledge that in the class and when we are here. Well done. I will also move on to Saeed. Yes, that is our Eagles team. All right, so I like how your first slide just, you know, killed it. Like, you started with what you were doing, what was the core of the sprint. You know, now you are also incorporating you're acknowledging that you're working in an agile environment. I know we've discussed this, because some of us have seen some roles where they're talking about agile, and you said during the sprint, you know, we're given this task, which is fine, okay? And you actually mentioned the task was to analyze a packet capture using Wireshark. And you went down, you broke it down, like you just simplified it. So anyone who is not even a technical person would understand every bit of a story that you created in each of these. There were 6 of them. And thank you very much for doing that. It was like you analyzed the task before you started the analysis of the task. Thank you very much for doing that. And yes, you started with your report, your summary, the executive summary, and everything was on point. I can't flaw anything. Honestly, I couldn't have done it better than what you guys have done tonight. Okay, let's see. Yes, it was just spot on. And one extra thing that you brought in, you didn't go into the NS lookup a bit, but you actually you said a bit more on the indicators of compromise, okay, which was really good to see. You had a whole slide for that, you know, and that you rounded up with your recommendation. Thank you very much for doing that. Well done. To be honest, DG, if you would allow me, I'm happy to offer these 3 guys a discount into the advancing. I would really love to work with them in the advancing. Like, I am really, really excited with what I'm seeing with this particular set. Thank you. And finally, I would like to go to Team Legend. All right. Okay. So the reason why I've come to Team Legend's presentation now, rather than start with them, was because I really needed to understand something. I know this is one team where they've had consistently great presentations. So thank you. Well done, Alex, for this presentation. I think on your first slide, I saw introduction to forensic analysis using Wireshark. I would be more specific. Specific in that title because, you know, forensic, basically, you investigate digital data to uncover details of specific incident, and it's often used for legal proceedings. Now, if you're going to use forensic at the beginning of this, you would just try and be more specific, just in case of you're presenting with a group of stakeholders out there, just be specific and say network forensics. Okay, so we know that you're actually looking into a packet capture, or it could be a pickup file, or it could just be a real-time network or analysis that you've done on a particular server. Now, then another thing I picked up, you highlighted that you've done, because I really want us to understand this. You said you use Wireshark for monitoring web page and server traffic, particularly for the Mentors Kit project. I tried to look at the screenshot that you've placed in there. I couldn't really confirm if that screenshot was from the pickup file that pickup file that you were given as a task to analyze, because I was trying to figure out if this was the Mentors Kids web app, because if you're actually analyzing a web page traffic, okay, you would be looking at the TCP port, port 80 or port 443. And I know that the Mentors Kit web application is not on port 80. Okay, so I was struggling to kind of align the task and what you said you have done together with the screenshots that you've given to us. So maybe you might have to come and explain this to us later. But I couldn't really marry the content with what you were saying. All right. So it says you're capturing Mentors Kit network service, but there's a screenshot that you showed, and it's showing us the pickup file, one of the two pickup files that you were meant to analyze. So that's just one of the things that I felt that I really need to communicate, so that we know we're all on the same page, and we know exactly what we're trying to achieve with the pickup file. And if you've done the network Mentors Kit web page specifically, in addition to that, it would have been greater if you made it really clear on these slides for us to see and separate which one is which from the from this analysis that you've done. So you went on to use a VirusTotal file. At the end of the day, content's not really aligning, but you've actually used Wireshark and you've used VirusTotal. That shows some understanding of what the two tools are doing. And all right, your report, I wouldn't, as a stakeholder, I wouldn't want to just read from your report that you've just prepared a report and you've detailed your findings and recommendation. What are the recommendations? What are the findings? And then you say you escalated to senior SOC analysts for further action. Okay, then. So what action did you take before you escalated? Because out there, it's not enough to just say, I've escalated. They need to see that you've done something. Okay. And in addition to that, I would say, well done, especially to you for presenting tonight, for showing up. I'm not sure if you've presented before. I could hear some nerves as well, but maybe it's because it's the first time. But I want to see you in the next presentation. Please, I want you to do the next presentation, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of improvement from that. Please just take this as a positive feedback, because I really want to see you at the next presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for listening tonight. Well done, team.
Thank you so much, Lady Pat, and thank you for the detailed feedback. And I hope we've all taken back the feedback too. That's to all the cyber guys. Well done, guys. So I think that's a wrap for tonight. So I'll leave the last 12 minutes to Deji, or 11 minutes now, for him to give us details of our next exhortation, but not the whole 12 minutes. I think Bolu will take 2 minutes out of it to do our INEC official and also one or two other announcements that she would like to give us. So Deji, do you want to go first?
All right, yeah, I'll go first. No problem.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks to everybody that's giving the feedback. To be honest, even for the interns, this is impressive for us. I think this is the best thing. This is the best presentation thus far, and even not only in terms of delivery, in terms of the content that you produce. Actually, I've got my notes filled up anyway, but because of time, I'll skip that. I know a lot of people actually stood out for me, but what I'm going to say is I'm going to give that avenue to those people that's giving their feedback to recommend at least one or two people that they want to recommend that actually stood out for them. They can put in the chat. So if your name is mentioned, actually giving you 10% if you want to come into advance. So because this is really, really good. Now, to be honest, the keywords actually kind of did a lot for me. So, so if you are here, right, and I think I need a keyword lead, right, to kind of send their names, everyone that participated in this particular sprint and deliver. So I'm happy to give them 5%. Okay, these are the keywords. So, but this has to come from the keyword lead, okay? And if you can send their names to Olawumi and ask them to fill. I'm only talking about those ones that has been there. And I know there are a lot of issues about Nigeria, and yeah, Olawumi, I think the management team is going to look into this. And we thought it's going to be a great avenue for us to actually support people in Nigeria. But we found, I think I'm having a second thought whether we should do this again or not. But we're going to have that discussion later. So now, yeah, so if the reviewers can quickly recommend at least one or two people that you want to, actually speak about that, that's fine. But I'm giving the keywords a bulk discount of 5% anyway. Okay, all right. So one, some people have already in different meetings, they've asked me about advance actually. So maybe next week I'll have a moment to talk about that anyway. So what does it entail and how does that work anyway? That's fine. So then the next thing to speak about is the graduation. So yeah, and I know there's a different DM on my account as well about the graduation. Is on 13th. We've actually announced this at the beginning of the program, and that has not changed. It's 13th of April. We said there will be CV and career surgery or workshop on that day from 11 to 2 o'clock. Then 2:30 to 5:30, there will be graduation. I'm happy to also inform you we got confirmation that the MP of Bexley and Crayford will be attending. His name is David Evenet, actually. So he's an MP of the borough, and also a council. I think 2 councillors also confirm their attendance. Hopefully they will be able to attend. So yeah. And okay, I've talked about what you're going to expect. And okay, all right, cool. So the next thing now is the tax for Spring 4, right? Spring 4, right? This is very, very important. I can see some people are still lagging behind in terms of tax for Spring 2 or 3, okay? So please ensure that you finish it quickly, right? This is very, very important. So because this is technically going to be the last sprint before we move into the reporting sprint, but there are a lot of reports that you have to do anyway. Last sprint, we are going to do like individual presentation, right? So I know there are a lot of discussion about presentation for the individual people. For the next sprint, end of the sprint, we are going to do individual presentation. It might run over for a week, actually, so that we're going to do it every day. So that's one thing that would happen. So yeah, so another thing that I would want to say is, yeah, for this particular sprint, I want to, yeah, in your individual presentation, right? So you need to list every task that you've done, right? It's going to be like, okay, sit down and thought about your experience in this particular internship. Every assignment, every task, everything that you have done, you need to put them in a presentation. Okay, allow me, can we if you don't mind, can we stop recording and put this one on a different recording? It's okay.